we thought that was.
It's live on Main Street. Our sponsors today, Habitat for Humanity and Bumgarner Family Funeral Services and Crematorium. I'm Gary Gallman. Thanks for being with us today. Our guests in the studio are from Partners in Ministry. We have Dr. Carolyn Banks. We also have Chanel McClanahan. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us this morning. Well, kids are back in school, so I guess that means you've started having kids in person at your place, right?
Yes. We've had them in person for maybe about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers have been low. We haven't had that many. But we have continued our services virtually and in person. So we're hopeful that, after February the 12th, our attendance will improve.
Yeah, we would hope that. And, of course, the vaccine, more and more people are getting the vaccine. Soon anybody that's an adult will be able to get it. So hopefully that's going to change our situation.
That's wonderful news. Hopefully people will take advantage of the vaccine and we can get back to some sense of normalcy, at least close to it.
Yeah. I was going to ask you a question. It may not be what you came to talk about, but I'll ask you anyway, and that is, you're planning to build a new building there, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Chanel can expound upon that for you.
Okay.
Yes, so Partners in Ministry is planning to build a community education center. It's a 20,000 square foot multi-purpose center on our debt-free campus. The community center will symbolize a deepened commitment to our community and will help support the reach the impact of the first and only national mission institution in North Carolina. In ways that we're asking our community members, supporters, to support or give back is through an opportunity to leave a legacy through our naming opportunities and or become a Partners in Hope. Our naming opportunities, you can have a section of our community education center named after you or leave a tribute. Our Partners in Hopes are for community members that want to give any amount of money, and you will be able to get a plaque with your name engraved. And for more information on naming opportunities and Partners in Hope, you can visit our website at www.pim-nc.org or contact us at 910-277-3355.
And the building will be in front of your current building, is that right? I assume that's where there's a lot of space.
That is correct. It will be an extension. So we'll still have our old building, but we're just adding on to our campus so we can reach more community members, strengthen our impact.
What's your target for getting started on that?
Well, right now we're at 70% of our goal, which is awesome. So it's coming along. We're going to see this vision. A lot of the coworkers have been here since day one. I've been with Partners in Ministry for quite a while, and we're all doing our part to make sure that this vision do come to light. And we want to thank our donors and supporters and contributors, our sponsors. This is a vision that Dr. Melba McCallum has had in her heart. God laid on her, and she just wants to strengthen the community and be a better help to Scotland, Robertson, and Richmond counties.
Now, you mentioned before we went on the air, you mentioned something about NASA. What is that all about?
That is a program that a center has been fortunate enough to participate in. And the program is a collaborative partnership between NASA, the Department of Education, and the 21st Century Community Learning Centers, which, if you don't know, Partners in Ministry is a 21st Century Community Learning Center. And with that, the students are given professional development. We have workshops for the students. Our staff has professional development with the folks at NASA and the 21st Century Community Learning Center. And the goal is to help our students understand STEM. One thing that they learn is to implement the design challenge. And with the design challenge, if you've ever been to our website for 21st Century Community Learning Centers, it's called Y, the number 4, Y. On that website, you'll see all the challenges. And Partners in Ministry was selected one of 10 sites in the state to participate. So we have a national connection, and we go online with other states, and they give us information. We have a dashboard. We have certain targets we have to reach at certain times. The students have a design journal where they document every step of the process. And we chose parachuting onto Mars because of Perseverance. And you know, on February the 18th, Perseverance landed on Mars. And at that time, all of our students were virtually connected to watch that actual landing with NASA. And that was a wonderful time. But we have these design challenges that our students, even 3rd through 5th grade, are participating in. The middle grade students actually are in competition. They have to design a vehicle that can land on Mars and resist drag. So what they have to do is go through the process of about 6 weeks of projects. In the end, they have to produce a video. They have to do the video clips. They have to have all the activities documented into a 5-minute video. That video is then sent off to NASA for judging. And we, as of yesterday, we did have a live webinar with engineers and scientists from NASA. So the students, some of them were at home, some of them were in class, and they got to actually ask questions of these engineers and scientists. So it's the best way to teach students about STEM because they see some actual applications. And so the kids are excited because the last time we did this, we took a trip to the Space Center. So we don't know what's going to happen now with the pandemic and everything going on, but they're really excited about that.
I'm sure they are. So NASA's doing this all over the country and
All over the
selecting
country.
different places to allow this to happen.
Yes, and the wonderful thing about it is you don't have to be a 21st Century Community Learning Center. Any school organization can go to the Wi-Fi website, and everything you need to implement this program, this project, is online. All the videos, the templates, the journals, everything is free, and any class or teacher can implement it. And I'm going to ring my own bell for a minute. I helped design one of these challenges. When I was in Hope County as a teacher, I was one of the teachers selected to go to Houston to actually participate in testing out one of the projects that they worked on. And this was called the Lunar Growth Chamber, where you had to design a container to take a plant that would grow a plant in space to take it to the International Space Station. So we got to see astronauts training. We got to actually meet with some of the engineers, and I did meet with an engineer who was the one that got the message that said, NASA, we have a problem. And he designed a brochure called 13 Things That Saved Apollo 13. And one thing I did with my students, I introduced them to space travel, and I introduced them to the thing that the astronauts are facing. So the one thing that saved Apollo 13, you wouldn't believe what it was. It was duct tape. One of the 13 things that saved Apollo 13.
Oh yeah, that's right. They had to build a device so they could breathe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. That's fascinating. So you knew about this from before, and
Oh,
so now
yes.
you brought it to Scotland County.
Exactly, yes. And, you know, we want to make sure that our students are getting the best education possible. And even in our after-school program, we're doing things that you wouldn't imagine. We're trying to, we don't do it full-heartedly because we don't have the time, but the kids are introduced to things like 3D printing. We're trying to get our screen printing process up and going. We're in partnerships with our mayor and his wife trying to get our screen printing project, because we got a grant for that. I wrote a grant to see if we could get T-shirts made for our students. So we'll be making our own T-shirts. So, you know, we do a lot of different things at Partners in Ministry.
That's great. The projects that they do, challenges, do they get help? I mean, do they just work from scratch, or you mentioned that some people from NASA on a webinar, so that they have access to people who can help them, right?
Exactly, and we have a help desk, and anytime we have a challenge, and if you go to the website, you're going to see Partners in Ministry students in some of the video clips that they're featured on the website. Even in the design journal, my picture and Dr. McCallum's picture, because we had to go to a workshop about 2 years ago, because we did do this 2 years ago. And you'll see our pictures sitting in the workshop. This journal is being used all over the country. And I was like, I joke about it because Dr. McCallum and I have a hands-on thing. And she was taking over the project, and I wanted to work with the project. So I'm hands-on. I'm all hands-on. So it was kind of funny. I joke about that a lot. But NASA does provide a lot of professional development, and like I said, it's free.
Are the kids excited about it?
Oh, yes. You know, the main thing they're excited about is building their design. And it's a team effort. They work in teams of 4. And they go through the activities. Each activity involves them making something hands-on, following the engineering design process, which is what engineers use. Mm-hmm. To some degree, the steps may vary, but the state of North Carolina in their curriculum, we use, with my technology education background, we use the engineering design process. There's an elementary version, there's a middle grade version, there's a high school version, you know, as needed. It's, you know, it advances as needed, because, you know, elementary kids, they need to know the steps, but they don't need to know quite as much as the high school students. So it's, you know, it's one thing that they're learning, the engineering design process. It's almost like the scientific process. There's steps that you take to solve a problem.
That's good stuff to learn. What else is going on with Partners in Ministry these days?
Well, right now we have our shoe drive fundraiser gearing up. With this fundraiser, we're providing individuals in 26 developing nations with a way to support themselves and their family. If we collect 1,000 bags filled each with 25 gentle, worn, or used new shoes, we'll be able to help these individuals. And we're asking Scotland County members, local surrounding counties, to collect your shoes. Do not throw them away. Partners in Ministry wants your shoes. We will start this in April. We will have a drop-off box on our campus, 12 3rd Street, East Laurinburg. So please do not give up your shoes just yet. Partners in Ministry wants them. This will help us towards our community education center, and it's so much more fundraisers to come.
Now, what happens to the shoes once you got them?
So we're partnering with another organization, and they will ship them across countries to be repaired for people who do not have any shoes at all, or shoes that are not, their shoes are not the shoes that we have. They're not, they're torn down shoes. So these shoes will be shipped to different countries so they can get to work, travel, and the things they need to do.
And you get some financial remuneration, I guess, from when
Yes,
you supply
sir.
the
Yes,
shoes.
sir.
Yeah.
This is all a part of fundraising to help build that community education center.
And so people, if they have shoes that they're about to junk, they should just bring them out there to Partners in Ministry?
At this time, we ask them to hold off on bringing the shoes. Just don't give them away quite yet. Please keep your shoes, bag them up, and we will announce it through Lombard Exchange, WLNC, on our social media, on our website, the time and the date to bring your shoes to Partners in Ministry. We just ask that you guys do not throw them away. Just save them for Partners in Ministry. And when we announce that, you can bring them to Partners in Ministry.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like there's a lot of good information on your website. I haven't looked at it lately, but you've referred to it several times. And I guess it pretty much covers everything that's going on there.
It does. We have a lot of information on our website. We encourage all listeners to visit www.pim-nc.org. You will see some of our outreach resources, our partnerships, our food pantry, our Yes youth program, our system program, our Roar housing program for senior citizens trying to get their house repaired. We have a lot of information in our social media. Follow us on Facebook at _Partners in Ministry, our YouTube channel, Partners in Ministry in Lombard, North Carolina. You'll see videos of system kids in the studio. You'll see events taking place on Edmodo, the online classrooms during COVID. You'll see our Youth Empowered to Succeed success stories. We had youth go to the military. We helped them get in college, pay for college books. A lot. Partners in Ministry is doing a lot. We're trying to get the word out.
Yeah, sounds like it. And you're continuing to grow, and obviously got a new building coming that's going to be coming along.
Yes.
How long has Partners in Ministry existed now?
Partners in Ministry started in 2007, and we have been recognized as a national mission institution. In 2019, Tim Ivory gave Partners in Ministry a proclamation, Partners in Ministry Day, and we're just excited. It's so much good things happening for Partners in Ministry, and we're just so blessed to have the supporters of Scotland County, Richmond, and Robeson.
Yeah, I remember back in the early days when you just had a couple of volunteers from the, I forget the name of the program, but it's a couple of people that came in from other states to help sort of get things started.
Nomads.
Nomads, yes,
Yeah.
the Nomads.
The Nomads, they help with our rehab and outreach housing program, Roar. They help build or repair homes that were not safe for community members to live in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you want more information on the Roar program, you can visit the website. Again, it is www.pim-nc.org. We have great volunteers. And during this time of COVID, they're safely prepared. We provide them with personal protection gear, face shields, face masks. And that's another thing. We do have protection gear that we pass out during our food pantry. Our food pantry is currently going on right now on Fridays from 9 to 11 o'clock. We have provided community members with food, always toilet paper, tissue, hand sanitizers, masks, everything possible to limit the spread of this COVID-19 and to still help those in need of food, because we understand it is a pandemic, but the hunger does not stop.
That's for sure. Well, anything else we need to cover this morning?
I'd like to say this, that we want to take our hats off again to one of our students. She was nominated for a panelist of Voices for Change, Youth Voices for Change, Amalia Bowman, and she was selected, and she will be featured in the Synergy Conference, which will be held in April. She will be a panelist to talk about the importance of after-school programs, and she would talk about, you know, what Partners in Ministry has really meant to her during the pandemic. So we're saluting her. We also would like to say that we have an upcoming event, if I'm privileged to say that.
Sure.
We're going to have an old-fashioned fish fry out at Partners in Ministry. We're going to take the big black wash pot, the way we used to do it a long time ago, out in the backyard, and we're going to fry fish, and we're going to have a plate sale. And we're also, with that, we're going to have a yard sale, and we're going to raffle off some nice prizes. And this is all in an effort to help raise funds for our new building. You know, everybody's doing what they can. We have the bike rally that's coming off, and Chanel can give you more details on that. But everything we're doing, we're trying to make sure that this vision of this new building comes into play, and we're pretty close to it. And we want all the citizens of Scotland County. I mean, if you got $1, give $1, and you can say, I've taken a part in that building, because the building will be here. We have a regulation-sized gym. We have classrooms. We have a senior citizens room. So the building is designed to serve the community. And so we want everyone who's interested in making Lombard a better place to live for our citizens to take a part. You know, you can go to the website like Chanel said and make a donation. But just, just whatever you want to give.
The bike event is when?
So the Tri-County Bike Ride event, which our Youth Empowered to Succeed is hosting. It will be on Saturday, May 8th. Registration is at 1. Ride starts at 2. The price will be $20 per person, $25 per couple. And we are partnering with our local church, St. Luke United Methodist Church. It will be door prizes, 50-50 raffle, free food. We encourage all bikers to come out and support this. This is another fundraiser to raise that money for the Community Education Center.
All right. Well, we need to get on to our legislative update, but thank you ladies so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Keep up the good work there at Partners in Ministry. We will take a break to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll have our legislative update. Yeah, we've got the